Two buildings under construction are reshaping the downtown West Palm Beach landscape. For months, though, during the height of the pandemic, it seemed the project might be doomed. WPTV News Channel 5's Matt Cesney recently talked with the project's developer about his dispute with the city and his buildings now back on track.
They can be seen from almost anywhere downtown and even to drivers along I-95. And for almost a year, they were nothing more than a structural skeleton as work came to a halt. But now construction is underway again on the project known as One West Palm. And billionaire developer Jeff Greene took us right to the top.
It's a great way to see every part of our city.
One West Palm stands on the north side of downtown West Palm Beach. Two towers, one residential, and one a hotel and office space.
This is somebody's view. Come out here and have breakfast every day.
It's Jeff Greene's creation, $250 million worth.
You know, at this point in my life, everything I do has to be something I'm proud of.
For several months last year, though, it may not have seemed that way. Construction came to a halt during the pandemic as Greene attempted to scale back the office space plan. And when the city wouldn't go for it, work stopped.
Why isn't it progressing?
Everyone notices. They want to know what's happening and why it's not going up faster. When it first started, it was so incredible how fast it moved.
Downtown workers say they often looked at the building, wondering if it would ever be finished.
Most, I want to see what it looks like. It's a tall, beautiful building. I want to see what the completed building looks like.
When the pandemic hit, I kind of went into panic mode like a lot of people. And let's face it, I mean, I was building 200,000 feet of spec office space and 200 rooms of hotel rooms, 200 hotel rooms with a tremendous amount of meeting space, at a time when the whole world was canceling their meetings and giving up their office space.
Greene says the fast development of vaccines brought him around to resume construction in December. And now he says his buildings are drawing interest.
Just last week, I showed this to a multi-billionaire hedge fund who called me and asked me to come over, and he said he'd like a full floor, see how the building feels.
Greene showed us around the residential floors with the tallest views in the city.
Still see the water.
Dwarfing other downtown buildings and looking out to the ocean and as far north as Jupiter.
By the fall, we'll have the thing closed in.
The COVID pandemic hit at a time when West Palm Beach seemed to be on a roll with a demand for office space as northern firms look to relocate here.
We're seeing a trend.
Eric Hockman is chief investment officer at a Boca-based development firm.
I think that trend is continuing. I think, generally companies are focused on Palm Beach and Miami, and we see the new continued focus on Boca Raton as well. And I don't really see that slowing down.
I'm absolutely confident that we will rent all of our office space. There's no question that we'll rent it. The question is, how long will it take and what kind of rents will we get?
Both 30 stories tall, Greene managed to go beyond the city's height limit.
Tall buildings get more views.
The office building is taller because of higher ceilings, he says.
So the views are unobstructed in almost every direction.
The buildings are also proof of Greene's belief in the growth of West Palm Beach, where he owns several properties.
This is my ID.
It's also a place where his roots go back to his days as a busboy and waiter at the Breakers.
I'm a total believer in this community. The reason I became such an aggressive real estate investor is because I saw this as an unpolished gem.
In West Palm Beach, Matt Cesney, WPTV, News Channel 5.